Moment of truth.
All show, no go. Dude, Juan just started doing wheelies over here. Oh. I think the clutch works fine. Now he's just scared. That was next level, dude.
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. Cole's back finally. And if you guys remember, the boys from Feuling, we have Luke and Tony here. And we left off Juan's bike that was a last minute decision to crack open and finally put a set of cams and a Feuling oiling system in there.
Part of it.
What is that, dude?
Lumpy cams, dude.
Once you rinse those off with some simple green.
Dude, that sounds so good. Sounds so much like meaner.
It fights to get between 2 and 3 grand, but once you get past 3 grand, it does want to open up and go. I'm in such a short stretch. I'm not really giving it what it deserves.
When you're back there coming at me, it sounds mean. Looking at the RPM on the gauge, watching it bounce around, usually when you're sitting at a stoplight, that thing's just dead with. It's so funny, like when we picked this bike up, how boring it sounded and felt, and now it just feels like an entirely new machine.
Alan's actually driving out right now with his trailer.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna pick it up and go take it to get it tuned. Think about how much better it's gonna be tuned.
Yeah.
Throttle should be snappier.
Not riding it too long on a technically bad tune.
Yeah.
This cam setup, yeah.
So they hold their value.
Look at
What
this.
it is.
The two guys working right now, oiling stuff, no gloves. Juan's standing there doing nothing.
My hands are in my pockets.
Clean parts. One doggy just washed them. Hold it up.
Oh, dude, perfect.
I've been waiting for this moment for over a year.
Yeah, we got a sound clip of the 24 out there on the road, and now we're gonna get a sound clip of this thing.
Let's make sure these are clean.
Okay, one solvent dunk.
We'll put the breathers on them.
It's an honor to have you come out this way. You could see our shop. Good to see you. Thanks for making it out here, dude.
No worries. Old times, man. For sure.
Water.
Alan,
Yeah.
would you have time to do a valve job on my twin cam?
The valve job, yeah. I'm not owning 10,000 out.
Why not?
No, it takes me 4 hours to get 3,000 out.
Really? It takes that long?
Because I do it by hand, yeah. And what happens with these cylinders, if you try to hone them fast, they instantly get hot. They swell, you have to run measurements, they go out around right away. You have to poke away at these things like a tenth at a time. At any time this gets thinner, this is the hard part to keep straight because this flexes when you hone it and bore on it.
So send the jugs out and then have Alan do the heads. Yeah. And then maybe when we come up to...
Have you ran those before? Those goofy pistons in that goofy combustion chamber?
Well, here's the problem is a lot of the parts are already like machined for these pistons. I honestly was like, I just kind of want to go back to 88.
You can't run those heads with other pistons.
Yeah, I'm kind of like stuck running this 95 kit, even though it's quote unquote goofy.
Sounds like you still got a lot of work ahead of you.
I do.
All right, so what's the prognosis? I see you kind of standing around just looking at things.
We're waiting for the O-ring and we're waiting for the tool to pull the bearings out. The O-ring that goes right here for the breathers. Chance is getting the tool and...
The tool, what's the tool?
The tool to pull these O-rings out. Again, the boys only came here to work on the 24 bike and Tony was like, oh, you know, we could probably do the twin cam, and I like jumped on that. I was like, all right, you guys, we're gonna get my bike dialed. So they're like an hour and a half to wrap it up. Beyond grateful that the guys are taking their time to do this right on my bike.
Just gonna say, it's 10:30. I'm pretty sure that they wanted to be on the road by now. Well, we could definitely help go load up the 24 bike in Alan's trailer.
Come bearing gifts. Dude. Thanks, Chance. The bearing puller.
what did we decide? How are we tuning this 2024 right now? What's your thought process?
We're gonna do it with the TTS and with all of the new software for this. Steve should have that all released. It's gonna get V-tuned. You're not gonna do manual tuning like I did before.
Oh wow.
Because of how the system works now. You can mess it up easy. You can get instant results, but then miles down the road, then the ECM calculating itself between DE tables and torque tables.
Yeah.
If they don't match each other, it'll just revert to its old stock self. And
Wow.
it'll affect you and just retune it. Tell Steve it take me 6 to 8 hours to tune a bike. He says now it's going to take you 2 weeks.
I was thinking you were saying it was gonna be quicker.
No, I'll probably spend probably 20 hours trying to tune it now.
Really?
Tuners can't spend 2 weeks tuning this thing. They're never going to make any money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try going right in, loading a file into it, right into V-tune, 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 and see if it'll fix it. The hard part is going to be doing the wide open throttle stuff. You're almost going to have to take a reading and then tell the ECM that, hey, I'm making 130 foot-pounds of torque. You're almost going to have to tell it what it's making, take the information from the dyno,
Yeah.
tell the ECM what it's making so it doesn't outsmart itself later.
Got this thing all strapped down, loaded up.
All right, my boy Grant got the O-rings.
Tony just got some new cam bearings in there, so it all needs to happen, man.
Cam bearings. A lot more rollers in there.
So it's roller on roller instead of having the rollers on the cage.
Nice little upgrade. New O-rings in there. We'll do that to check the logo. So we just put a new oil filter in it. Tony is gonna drop the cam chest in there. So
These flats right here, so as you can see, one is a little bit down right here in the bottom left corner. So that just needs to be rotated so that way it's kind of in line with the other one, and then this thing will be able to slide right on. So one of the things that I'm always making sure of is I'm pressing on this. That's going to engage that subseal to fit perfectly into the case with that O-ring. All right, next we're going to put some bolts in here. Then we are going to start aligning the oil pump. First, we're going to be torquing the actual cam plate and then rotating the pinion shaft every time we're doing a different torque. So we start at 50 inch-pounds, 90 inch-pounds to a final torque of 120. And then we're going to go to our oil pump, and that's going to ensure that the oil pump is fully aligned to the pinion shaft.
What do we got going, bro?
taking over from my boy Tony. We're trying to get the oil to circulate. Might need to add some oil on it. We'll see. We're pretty close.
11:20 right now. Alan wants to be out of here by 1. We're gonna make it happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Juan put in a tube in his oil pan so that when he thought he could
When
wheelie
I wheelie-
longer than a mile, if you wheelie long enough, the oil pickup is in the front of the oil pan and your bike will starve for oil. But you need to be able to wheelie for at least 60 seconds.
All right.
He doesn't have that problem.
Seaver and I, there's like not that much of a difference in wheelie length.
Nice. So that's the issue. So then you guys calling it, not trying to prime it?
Well, it's just nice when you prime it like that, it helps everything center, and then you are making sure that you've got oil going through the whole oiling system. And
It's a little bit of a rush. Alan wants to get out of here.
Full vacuum on the lifters.
Cool, let's go take both bags and side covers off of the bagger. Got it?
Got it.
Look, we even got Allen wrenching on our
Oh, dang, dude.
yesterday's YouTube video said they...
What do we find, dude? Too much play on this thing?
No, we're getting it all dialed in.
Just looking at that sprocket, I could tell the wear on that sprocket that it was way off.
And that was the last guys who worked on your bike who took the cams out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this was a development bike, so it had a lot of stuff removed and put on. And...
Okay, let's come right over here so we're not making a huge mess. One of the things we want to make sure of is these oiling holes. We want to make sure they're in our proper orientation. So we like to face them against each other on the twin cam models. So that's one of the oiling holes right there.
Gotcha. So,
and then you're going to shoot it up into the pushrod seat of the,
oh,
however you want to, this.
So give us the reasoning. You have gloves, you don't have gloves. Like,
Well,
no glove, no
I
love, bro.
eat organic, so I'm allowed a little bit more toxins than what.
Yeah, and
see,
I
there we
eat
go.
toxin, so this is blocking the oil.
You see the,
oh, right there. Red's looking good, Juan. Maybe don't even put the covers on.
I'm just gonna run it like this.
Yeah.
We're going to let the lifters bleed down, so we're going to put the cover on. That way it allows time for the lifters to bleed down, then we can rotate it over to the front.
Nice. Oh, you're cleaning the dirty oil?
Yeah, we're getting the oil out. Okay.
Cole should get his hands dirty.
I don't
a
know
little.
what to do. There's like too many cooks in the kitchen right now.
Dang, dude. Boys are making some good headway. All right, so Juan just was trying to talk crap to me. He was saying that these increase horsepower. And as he's saying that, Alan slowly walks over. He's like, what are you lying about?
Screaming Eagle wires are no good for that coil or those spark plugs.
And so you think it's actually robbing
Absolutely.
because of resistance?
It's too resistance.
I put them on for coolness points because I don't like the little weeny, teeny, tiny ones. But
All show, no go.
hey, brother, I gotta look good.
Juan, are you gonna leak another gallon of gas on your bike when we put the tank back on?
All right, dude. Dude, I'm sad it's gonna leave. I'm not even gonna get to ride it, but I'm excited.
We'll do a quick startup ride, like right here in the street, and then pull it in. Make sure that there's no wires that he's pinched between the.
Bro, why you being? Everyone's just straight.
Wait, look what Cole just did. Dude,
I did not touch that. That was not me.
bro.
Oh, that was perfectly fine 2 seconds ago.
Things about to start, dude.
I thought it was gonna take longer. Done here in like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I have a Thrashin anti-revision exhaust system.
Anti-revision.
Quit beating a guy up, dude.
Anti-revision, dude.
I'm not getting involved with that tank, dude.
Dude.
Last time when Juan had me help him take the tank off, miscalculated how much gas was in it and couldn't grab the hose, and he poured about a gallon of gas all over the shop.
This is a press tool that you need to press out and install the stem on your 2024 Road Glide with the conventional style front end. So if you're buying our triple tree setup, you're gonna need one of these.
Yep.
Pretty badass.
Yes, sir.
I can wash my hands, I need some water.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, your bike's already lowering down and we're minutes away from starting it. Before you leave, if you want anything for your bike, floorboards, foot controls. I don't know if you like the stock stuff. Oh. Not too bad. Better than last time.
Better than last time. I was prepared.
Alan has a better technique for that. He's giggling over there.
Dude.
You got the goods?
It's Christmas time. I've been waiting for this song my whole life.
Now that lifter noise, because they were unable to prime it, is gone. Oh, now this thing's a wheelie machine. One straight here.
First time riding my Cam Dyna, baby.
Sounds like it has more compression. Crazy how much a cam like really wakes the bike up, dude. What? Dude, Juan just started doing wheelies over here.
I can feel it start slipping the clutch.
How did you get it up the first time?
I think it just got hot. Like I tried a couple more. We could start with an adjustment, go from there.
We're not lying, he really went by cruising. Raymond confirmed that the one that you got up good, you were going way slower.
I let go of the clutch and the RPM stay up. And it's not doing a burnout. I could just feel it off the bat.
It's like the NASCAR pit stop to do a wheelie.
Yeah. Well, I also don't want Alan to take it if the clutch is beat. I mean, feels happy. See that?
Clutch plates are done. Once you slip them like that and they get hot, they're done. That's just all clutch slip.
Try it like right here.
Oh, first time.
Come on, your first time? dude?
First time, dude.
There we go.
Yeah. I think the clutch works fine. Now he's just scared. Let's load it up.
It's gripping enough to tune it.
Look at it. Everybody's watching you. You just did a little show, dude. Alan, Juan will be at your shop tomorrow to pick up the bike?
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. Gotta hand it to you and the team, dude. That was the most love I ever felt. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see what Uncle Alan does with them.
Yeah, I'm freaking stoked. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah, Alan, thank you for driving out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're back and the bikes are tuned. I brought my helmet. There is the man himself, Alan McBee. All right, I didn't let Alan tell me the dyno numbers. I want to feel the bikes. What we'll do is we're going to go out, test ride these bikes, and then after we test ride them, we'll throw them up on the dyno, get the official numbers so everyone can know. All right, Alan, don't tell us about anything of the tuning or anything until we go test ride them. So here's the deal. A couple of weeks ago, we're here getting the base results for this bike, and 100 horsepower and 118 torque. But the air fuel ratio was awful. We didn't try to do anything to fix it because we knew that we were going to be doing this cam install and an actual tune. So I'm really excited to see how the bike feels, how it rides. Juan got surprised. We all got surprised that there was enough time to throw a cam in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the cam for over a year and it's just been sitting there. And I've been wanting to do it, just haven't had the opportunity to. And I'm stoked that when the boys came over from Feuling, they were able to dial me in. And I'm excited to see how it rides.
I went ahead and I turned the traction control off before I even head out.
It's noticeably quieter. Like shimming the rockers.
Right? The engine drivetrain is so much quieter. It's much more exhaust though. Street, middle of the desert. We could do a couple speed passes and really feel the bikes from like the bottom end through. So I'm gonna take this thing through the gears right now. I'm just gonna dump the clutch and go.
Just clicked like second, third, and it was still smoke in the tire. That thing was pissed off.
That's my shift to second, and then 100 more feet, shift to third. This bike is a beast. I want to do the same run, traction control on. I'll ride it the same. I want to see how the bike reacts. That was next level, dude.
Street.
I do think that with the traction control on, I think I got the speed faster, but I wasn't smirking as much by the end. There were 400 feet, I was like this on the first one. The Juan's bike does not have traction, or does it have traction control? No? It has ABS.
It has ABS,
yeah.
no traction control.
Clutch dump, sideways, burning out over here. You gotta go straight. Even that time he was being much more moderate, but he did a little burnout right here.
It definitely feels a lot spicier than it was before. Yeah, I think when I clicked another gear, I felt like, okay.
All right, so it's Juan's turn to try. He's stoked on his Dyna.
But I know this thing is a freaking hot rod.
So he's gonna try this bike out real quick. I'll ride his Dyna when Cole hops on this to try it. Go for it.
When you hit the throttle, it immediately just like spins the tire.
I'll ride this thing back. I'll ride your Dyna back, and then we'll let Cole rip it for a little bit. That thing's a beast. That thing, I mean, I'm used to my 103 with a cam, high compression, the engine you built. So that thing seems a little tired still. Heavier, I think, than it was, but this thing's an animal, dude. When you see the 400-foot burnout I did over there, no front brake, just power burnout. I'm gonna take you to this private road over there that I found. It runs great.
So snappy, and yeah, as soon as you get on the throttle, like it breaks entirely. And it's got a brand new, like fresh tire.
What mode were you in?
We were in sport mode. I think I probably got up to speed faster with traction control on. I mean, obviously
It should be, yeah, because it should be controlling some of the wheel speed.
Yeah, obviously also I purposely laid into the burnout. I could have like off throttled a little bit and like caught back up and then got on it, but all right, here we go. I'm gonna hop back on Juan's Dyna and Cole is gonna ride the 24.
Kind of nervous.
Undisclosed location. Look at how far it goes. I did no traction control first and it was super exciting.
But to do a burnout. I even leaned back to try and get some traction.
Is he gonna surpass my burnout mark? The tire's stickier now because it's not he's not able to. I was going about twice as far. You can see this line right here. He's like, I'm gonna beat your burnout mark. He did admit that was with front brake, but that was still sick.
All right, that was with front brake, but that was sick. I felt like Sea Bear. It was going sideways.
All right, let's go throw this thing on the dyno and see what it does.
All right, I just got off the bagger. I'm gonna try Juan's bike now. See if this thing can wheel yet. He was struggling with it before, so. Before he blows his taillight out. Wheelie's good though. Like he should have no problem getting it up now. It's so much more power. I didn't beat Lance's burnout. I did, however, do a front brake burnout. And I wheelied your bike. You should have no problem wheeling that thing out.
One big thing about your bike that's noticeable is like the RPM range is just much better.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to slow the wheelie down, you can get back and like slow it down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let's see how these things run on the dyno. We'll get some true numbers. I'm gonna guess this bike, it's a 117, right? I'm gonna just guess that it's 117 horsepower.
Because that's what your other bike did. You cheater.
And then I'm gonna say 140 torque.
I'm gonna say 121 and 140 torque.
We're splitting hairs here. I think I'm gonna say 119 horse, 139 torque.
We take a quick guess at that. I'm gonna say your bike has 85 horsepower, 90 torque.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the 80s in horsepower.
Look at him smirking over here.
I'm gonna say low 80s.
One thing I did with your bike is that I took a baseline on it before we put any tune in it.
Okay, that was cool.
Because I wanted to see what the stock ECM was doing with the cam, air cleaner, and pipe. That's not a stock ECM.
Oh.
It has a flash stage 2 or something in it because the air fuel ratio was not that far off from where it should have been. Once I applied the TTS, which was basically a copy of a stock tune, or basically kind of like a stage 1, stage 2, that's what Steve does. Only had to do minimal adjustments to get it where I wanted it. That might have been why you were having trouble with the Vance and Hines Power Pack on it, is that it wasn't a stock ECM, it already had a flash in it.
No, I mean, it very well could have. I mean, that bike tested on for years and stuff, and they swap things in and out, so.
So here we go, a tired 96. It's a 2012 Dyno with a 96 cubic inch Feuling 543 Reaper. Yep, Alan confirmed. Workhorse at Vance and Hines that they tested all of their exhaust systems on. So it's had a lot of dyno miles. Mid 80s, 84, 87.
What it made the other day was 95 foot-pounds of torque and 87 horsepower.
And today we're looking at like
94, 93, and 84 horsepower.
84 horsepower today with 94 torque, which is...
You were right there.
Yeah.
Right there. I think you said 82 or 83.
All right, so now they're doing a test where they're swapping out spark plug wires to see if the bigger gauge wires do anything as compared to the smaller gauge wires. All right, so testing the difference in gauge.
Moment of truth.
Big dollars you spend for those spark plug wires lost you 1 horsepower, 1 foot-pound of torque.
Yeah, they got me on that one.
All right, guys, Alan's rolling off Juan's Dyna, and the numbers were very much what I know I anticipated. The one that we all are actually waiting for, we're excited about. Do you remember what cam we put on this bike, Alan?
508.
Feuling Reaper 508 cam. More horsepower than I anticipated. The torque was a little less than I said, 132 foot-pounds of torque. The mix of the horsepower and torque feels like a monster.
It feels so snappy, and that was another thing I didn't say with my bike, like the throttle response is like, you feel like the difference right away with the cam. But yeah, this thing is just pissed off, man. It wants to go.
All right, guys, there it is. Max power, 125, 123, 124, consistently over 120, and then the max torque all over 130. 131, 132, 131. You could see the graph. So we gained nearly 30 horsepower, 8 torque. So the bike's a torquey monster stock, but we really boosted up that horsepower number. All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was exciting to see this 2024 model bike get the cam put in it. Much more of a beast since then.
This is a comparison of no tune versus a tune. So you could see mechanically it's the same, but look at how much difference it makes with the proper tune.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't think with that cam, air cleaner, and pipe, that if that was a stock UCM, it would even run that good.
All right, Alan. Thank you so much. Any final words you want to say to anybody about what you just did?
Spent a lot of time in it, and put a big shout out to Luke and the Feuling guys. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. It helps us all out, especially learning these new bikes.
Yep.
Thank Mr. Uncle Luke. You know?
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, Alan. We're super excited to go put both of these bikes to the test. Perfect. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
See you later.